Hello, guys and gals, me Mudahar, and what the fuck is going on with our boy Etika? Jesus Christ. Now, in the last several streams that I've been kind of doing, a lot of the chat has sort of been filled up with basically talking about what's happened in this situation. And it's gotten to a point where I can't exactly dodge it. You know, you're going across YouTube channel mentions, Twitter mentions. You're going across, like fucking down to down to YouTube live stream chat. Like it's gotten to a point where like trying to keep this, if you weren't aware of it, well, you are now, and that's kind of what the situation I'm sitting in. And the situation is kind of really important to me because this is somebody that I have had the fortunate fucking blessing to talk to. Now, the thing about it is, I'm not, we never talked every fucking day. Let's be goddamn real about it. We all have our own lives and all that kind of shit. But, YouTube is one of those places where building a community now is kind of really fucking difficult, especially between other YouTubers. And that's partly due to the reason because collaborations can be tricky. Conversating with other people can be a little bit tricky. Everyone's kind of in their own bubble, or, everyone creates their own friend circle, and it's very hard to kind of escape that. And luckily, over the last 2 years, I've been able to kind of go over that hurdle and meet some really cool people. And even when you meet really cool people, it's hard to meet really cool people because, there's so many ulterior motives to this fucking platform now that making friends for the right reasons is a daunting and difficult task. Now, this individual, Etika, was one of the big smash YouTubers, big live streamer, if anything. Guy was entertaining to watch. Normally I'm not a big live stream person. And I know I do it, it's kind of weird, but with live streams, like, you have to have an amazing personality. And that's kind of the whole reason why I was a channel sponsor to it. But I was also, just a nice viewer of it, too, because it was a nice stream to watch. It was, well, very, very, very away from chill, but it was a fun stream. The guy had a great personality. And this whole thing started with, I would say, the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 around that time, where what he did the first time was his channel, which was on an upward trend of hitting 1 million beyond subscribers, he uploaded porn to and got that shit completely deleted. And at the time, it was a big focus for YouTubers who were going through mental health issues, which is very true. This is if you do YouTube or online media as a career, it can be pretty taxing on your mental health. You're looking at 24 hours a day of constant monitoring these platforms, dealing with people. There is no 9 to 5 when it comes to, like a YouTube or an online media career. You're pretty much on there. And that kind of goes par for the course for any influencer or entertainer out there. Like, you get that shit and you understand why some people get burnout, why some people don't even want to fucking sign on or think about loading up their editing software, or even going out to film. Like, it definitely burns you out pretty quick if you're not careful enough. Luckily for me, I always will treat, this thing as a hobby for me, and that's why, every day is a new day, and I get to look at random stuff and all that good shit. But not everyone has that blessing, and that's, kind of where the whole system is at. Now, in the last 2-3 weeks, things have been going pretty fucking crazy. I was supposed to go to this New York wedding, and which I did, right? But it ended up being really, faster than usual. And during my time there, I actually did communicate with them, like, hey, if I'm down there, I'm definitely would like to have a beer or something. And at that point, it was all decent and gravy and fine with Etika. And in the last 2 fucking weeks, 3 weeks, things have definitely turned interesting. And for me, it's kind of sad seeing how the rest of the internet is acting. Now, if you've been following Etika's Twitter page, it's been filled with all kinds of stuff, all kinds of tweets, ranging from your odd meme here and there down to like some that can be perceived, some that are downright, abusive, I would say. And at this moment in time, it's almost as if the community for his channel is turning away, it's shying away. What would have been a very prosperous career on YouTube is slowly being diminished because of these actions right now. And the really shitty part about it is that there's a lot of people on the internet who are like, oh, there's a lot of attention seeking going on, all that kind of good stuff. Look, I'm not against a conspiracy theory here and there, but this isn't the time for it. When I look at something like this, I see somebody that is actually suffering through stuff. This is a mental illness right now that is kicking in. Like there is some problem that's going on, deep-seated. Even if this is an attention-seeking behavior or whatever, even if that conspiracy theory turns out to be true, guess what? That still has to fall under some form of a mental illness, because this isn't normal behavior. And I'm genuinely concerned. For me, in my life, I've definitely lost a lot of people. A lot of people have died in my life. A lot of people have went missing in my life. That has happened, just because they could never get the help that they wanted. And you end up feeling like shit for it. You end up really doing. I hate to make it sound like it's a personal thing, but it always is. You're laying there in bed at night wondering what the fuck you could have changed or how you could have spoke to make things end up better than they would have. And it scares me that we're sitting in kind of a situation right now. A lot of people don't take this stuff pretty seriously. When you play a character on the internet, a character that does have a big personality, right? And you never take the 15, 20 minutes to sit out and enter the real world again as yourself, then that character becomes who you are. And sometimes that's not really what you want. And you end up in a situation like this. Now, is there some big grandiose plan behind it? Is this all some big meme joke? Is this just some edgy stuff going on? It very much could be. But, I would never like to rule that as it, because I'm not that goddamn cynical. All I see is somebody that needs some form of attention, some form of, proper attention for sure. Not just what people are doing on Twitter, memeing or whatever during a guy's downfall. Like we're talking, a real stern talking to, a real questioning, and just wondering what the fuck is actually going on with the situation right now. Just 2 days ago, I woke up to my YouTube feed being filled with live streams of Etika's Instagram page, and I open one of these, and the first thing I see is him being arrested, like by the SWAT team in New York City. And the thing about it is that you have a guy that just tweeted, it's like, I'm going to shoot myself in the head with a gun I got from Brooklyn. Now, the SWAT thing was more of a, I think, wellness check is what they call it in the States, where the cops come over and they detain you if you're a threat to yourself and other people around you. And it happened. And when I saw that, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude, you cannot have that shit being done to you. Like at this moment, it's not just a meme anymore. It's gone on far longer than it really fucking should have. And what disturbs me is the amount of people who are sitting there ready to make a decision or act like it's just one big giant fucking meme and all that kind of good stuff. To me, it seems like something that needs to be taken care of professionally. I know that he went to a psychiatric ward and got out of it, but I think you still need some form of an evaluation, my man. This is coming from a concerned fucking guy on the internet that knows you. I would very much hope that you step away from the internet for a bit, because I would hate to lose someone that I found genuinely enjoying at one point. Right now, it's almost kind of scary. So what I would recommend, man, is honestly, like, what I hope is at some moment in time, he just steps back from the internet a little bit, breathes, and comes back, rather than burning the bridges you have with your community and the people around you. I know that he's been blocking a lot of people that have been trying to help him, and of course it's pretty sad, but fuck, I really don't know what to say beyond that shit, ladies and gentlemen. This whole situation has turned out to be far more dreaded than it really should have been in the first place. And honestly, I hope the help is seeked. I hope the help is given. And for a lot of people who are being overly cynical about this kind of stuff, you got to kind of step back and just breathe it in and try to give as much help as you can, all right? Because if you don't try hard enough, you're going to end up being like me at some moments in time where you regret what you couldn't have done. There's clearly help that needs to be given, all that stuff. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is all I really had to say. I'm going to end the video off. I said my piece, and fuck, I kind of want to hear what the community has to say. So ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.